everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are so happy to celebrate the completion of our inaugural cohort with all of you. My name is Noemi Romero, co-founder of CannaTech Ventures, and I will be your host for today. CannaTech Ventures is a minority-owned, minority-led cannabis tech incubator for tech or tech-enabled startups. We provide startups with the education and community they need to go from the back of the napkin to incorporation through a 12-week program. Over the past 12 weeks, our startups have received access to the tools, education, network, and capital resources necessary to increase their success. I have been lucky enough to have watched the startups show up every week, class after class, with the same determination from day one, and I've witnessed firsthand their amazing growth. I am excited for you to hear their pitches in a few minutes, but first, I would love to share with you what our startups have to say about their experience with CannaTech.
Get ready. It's going to be a lot of information getting thrown at you, but if you are able to kind of pick what you need and then really customize it to your own experience, you'll be successful in this program. It's no secret that cannabis incubators, especially in Illinois, can be a little shifty. And so when CannaTech came out and they're like, oh, we're gonna build this incubator for people who are looking to build startups, I was kind of like, I don't know. Are you really here to help us? But the answer is yes. They are here to help. And so for me, my reservations have been put at ease a number of times. And I would recommend, if this is the journey for you, to check out CannaTech.
My biggest concern with the program was that I wasn't very good at technology. There was definitely a learning curve for me to know what was possible, and having the resources and knowing Candace and coming to the cohort with an open mind, knowing that I didn't have to know everything, was really beneficial. I would tell my best friend that she needs to have an idea. You definitely need to go in committed and being willing to do the work. They're not going to do the work for you, but they are going to give you the resources to be successful. CannaTech really exceeded my expectations when I received a ticket to Benzinga. That was not something that I have ever been able to go to before, and I realized the opportunity that that conference will give my business, and so thank you, CannaTech, for that opportunity.
So I didn't really have any concerns when it came to taking the next step with CannaTech Ventures. I was already familiar with Dom from Abaca because I reached out for banking solutions, and I already had built some trust in what he was telling me, and so that had kind of opened the door for already having some trust for the CannaTech team for me. What has exceeded my expectations since working with CannaTech? Probably just the team. The knowledge that they brought to us, the workshops, the connections that they've helped us make in the industry, and the fact that we really feel like they have our best interest at heart.
Thank you so much, founders. We couldn't have asked for a better group of leaders to pioneer our very first cohort. I also want to thank our partners, Illinois Women in Cannabis, 2112, MediaTech Ventures, for supporting our program. A big thank you to our mentors and teachers for being incredibly supporting and sharing their experience with our founders. It is because of them that our startups have gone from idea validation to incorporation. We have been very lucky to have such an incredible group of people in our program, and we look forward to continuing to working with all of you. I would like to invite you to join our community, as we are currently looking for teachers, mentors, applicants, sponsors to support the continued growth of our program. Our next cohort is looking to launch in January 2023, and applications are open on a rolling basis. Now, let's get started. Feel free to continue to share where you're joining us from, introduce yourself, perhaps, and please remain muted as we begin our presentations. You will have an opportunity to mingle with our teams after their pitches on their breakout rooms. All right. And with that, it is an honor to introduce the one and only, an innovator, entrepreneur, and advocate at heart, Wanda James. Ms. James is the co-founder and CEO of Simply Pure and is a leading advocate in the cannabis industry. In 2009, she and her husband, Scott Dura, became the first African Americans legally licensed to own a dispensary, a cultivation, and edible company. She is also the founder, president of the Cannabis Global Initiative, a marketing and cannabis and consulting solution that specializes in diversity, development, and regulatory framework. A leading advocate for social equity and a civil rights fighter that helped elect America's first Black POTUS and America's first openly gay governor. Her expertise on cannabis reform, regulation, and policy has assisted numerous municipalities, including Colorado, Jamaica, Maryland, and Illinois in their legalization efforts. Graduating from the University of Colorado Boulder, she was commissioned an officer in the United States Navy and served 4 years in the Naval Integrated Underwater Surveillance. There is so much more I could probably have included in this introduction, but she is a true inspiration and a true pioneer. Ms. James, feel free to take it away.
Hey, well, first off, congratulations, congratulations, and congratulations, and all of that around. First to the cohort, congratulations on getting through and actually having the wherewithal to know that this is something that's interesting to you and then finding a way to make it happen. But I would be amiss if I didn't also say congratulations to the folks who pulled all of this together. I keep joking that I've been in this industry now for 13 years, but in cannabis years, it's like 130 years because it's every year you're in cannabis, it's like a decade. And over this last 13 years, it has been a long road to see this many faces by numbers and this many diverse faces by numbers and this many women by numbers that are interested in being a part of the cannabis industry. I'm also real impressed too that folks are starting to understand that, yes, it's sexy as hell owning a dispensary. I mean, it's fun and we love it. It's terrific. Owning a cultivation facility, if you can pull your own weed out of your pocket, that's a cool thing to be able to do, right? I get it. But the difficulties and the regulatory framework and the high cost of getting over that first hump to get to be a part of that is difficult. But what I am excited about is to see so many people involved in the auxiliary side of this industry, right? Because it puts you right in the mix of all that is happening without all of the, don't get me wrong, it's not going to be easy, so don't hear me say that, but without dealing with all of the regulatory issues that come with plant touching. Now, that being said, if you have the ability to raise the kind of money that is needed to be able to move forward with this, or have the partnerships and the team to be able to, run a dispensary and open up a cultivation facility or create an edible product, by all means, we need to see more folks doing that. But there is so much opportunity in the industry itself. And this industry needs what every other industry needs, right? And you all know this because you're doing it in the businesses that you're all putting forward and you're going to be pitching tonight. So this is an amazingly exciting time. I just got back from Las Vegas yesterday for MJ Unpacked. And I had the chance to speak to some of the folks that were there and meet with some of the folks that are at MJ Unpacked. I got to tell you, once again, I am uplifted and hopeful because this industry has changed so much in who it's inviting to be a part of, right? So I met a group of young Black folks that have a dispensary in Los Angeles called Gorilla RX. The CMO is a dynamic young Black woman that has worked in music and is innovative and is doing these amazing different things in the way that she wants to bring marketing to the table. Just this innovative design teams and all of the interest that is coming out of this industry. Y'all, we have not seen that in 13, well, it's probably been a little less than 13 years now, in 10 years. But to see this decade pass and to see what this industry can become, what all of you are getting ready to walk into is going to be magnificent. And the idea that the industry now is becoming, we've been mainstream for a long time, folks just didn't know it, but is becoming more acceptably mainstream. And people are starting to bet on the idea that this is a great industry, right? It's presenting a consumer product that the consumers want. It's and folks can argue about it whether they want to or not, but it is a healthier choice of recreation and relaxing than we have seen legally in the past in America that's been accessible to us. And then we're finding a lot of the great things that it does for us, right? I mean, we're helping children with childhood epilepsy. We're helping people get off of opioids. We're helping vets deal with PTSD. There are all of these amazing things. This is the industry that you are becoming a part of. Yes, it's fantastic at at your best friend's bridal shower. It is. It's great to have, some great edibles and being unveiled with all of your girls. It's fantastic. And that's the part of it as well, too. It touches so many different lives in so many different ways. And that gives you, as new entrepreneurs and new business people in this industry, so many ways of being a part of helping people experience this industry. So it is amazing what you have brought to the table. It is amazing what has been done. I can't wait to see what all of you do as you move forward. It's really funny. Can you guys see my 180-pound Great Dane back there? His name is Malcolm. He's fantastic and I love him to death. So I'm glad you guys got to meet him. But anyway, I digress. I am looking forward to meeting each and every one of you. I'm assuming that a lot of you will try to get out there and go to MJ BizCon. I would invite you to go to MJ BizCon, even if you are just in Vegas, to be in and around the industry. If you haven't seen MJ BizCon in play, you will see the enormity of the industry when you're there. Folks can have different feels of what they think about, MJ BizCon as a trade thing, but for new entrepreneurs, it's a good place to really go see what the opportunities are and what it looks like, and then to discover what your niche is going to be in this industry, right? Because you're each going to discover as entrepreneurs what it is about this industry that excites you. And there is as many different things that is exciting about this industry as there are entrepreneurs in this industry. So chart your path, know your business, know your niche, and, dive in with both feet, because the greatest thing about this plant and this industry is not only are we changing the hearts and minds of social justice, we are changing the hearts and minds of what people believe about being elevated. I like elevated instead of stoned or high because being in a state of elevation is a positive place to be. And how we look at wellness and healthcare. So when you have the opportunity in this industry to speak about all of those things that matter, that's what gets me excited. And that's what's kept me in this industry for the last 13 years. I would like to end on what I normally talk about when I do these conversations, is a topic called pot, power, and politics. And lately I've added proximity onto that. So power, politics, proximity. And what do I mean by that? Coming into this industry, you are all required to share your voice. And I'm challenging each and every one of you, because people don't speak up enough that are a part of this industry. When we are a part of the quote unquote pot industry, politics must be something that you are aware of and that you do. No matter where you are at, you must know your city council person. You must know your House district person. You must know your Senate person. You must know your US senators, and you must know your Congress people. Anytime that you get a chance to be in front of them and discuss to them with what it is that you do and what you understand about this industry, you must have those conversations with them. Politicians do not believe, well, they do now, but they're getting better, but they hear from the naysayers much more than they hear from the folks that this matters to. So if you're involved in pot, you must be involved in politics, or you're not involved in pot. Pot, power, and politics. There is a power to understanding what it is that we do right now. We are at the center of changing the hearts and minds of people and creating an industry that will be billions and billions and billions of dollars. You are all going to be the tentacles that create what that industry looks like. Man, that's a lot of power. But if you're not talking about it and you don't know your politics, then you're wasting this opportunity to have grand power to actually change things. Pot, power, and politics. And when I threw on proximity, by proximity, I mean that you can change things when you know your politicians. When you can actually call up your friend who is one of the House district reps that's working on the bill that's going to determine what the, I don't know, what the packaging for concentrates is going to be that's sold in your state. There's a lot of power in that. So folks, pot, power, and politics, and proximity. I challenge each and every one of you to do that as you go out into your entrepreneurial, into your business worlds. So once again, congratulations. I'm hugely proud of all of you, and I'm super excited to see what you all can do. And wow, it's like, oh my gosh, all the new entrepreneurs. Congratulations. And thank you for having me today. This is really an honor.
Thank you, Wanda. You know, you are an inspiration, and as an industry and as in the industry and as a minority, I know that we all would like to say thank you for paving the path before us. We wouldn't be here without you, and we look forward to continuing to grow and make way for others that come after us. And now I am so excited. This is the best. Well, Wanda obviously was the best part, but this is the best part that our startups have been preparing for. So I would like for you to meet our graduating founders. And they have been preparing for you, and I know that are excited to share with you about their companies and their ideas and why they are so passionate about it. First up, I would like you to meet Amanda Geddes, founder of Ancient Mother.
Thank you, Noemi. Let me pull up my screen, and my dogs are barking at whoever is walking down the house, so I'm really sorry about that, you guys. Before I begin my pitch, I wanted to take a moment and first thank you, Wanda James, for being here. You are a trailblazer in the cannabis space, and it's an honor to have you here today. CannaTech Ventures for the privilege of being in your first cohort, 2112 for the workspace, and Illinois Women in Cannabis for the ongoing support over the last several years. Finally, a personal thank you to my husband and family for their support, and Donna Murray for your wisdom. I know under different circumstances, you would be up here with us today, and I can't wait for cohort number 2 to see your concept come to life. So without further ado, hi, my name is Amanda Geddes, a mom of 4, a wife to a firefighter, Enneagram 3, and co-founder of Ancient Mother. We help customers connect the dots between financial metrics and purpose-driven missions. My journey to this point was started when I was an environmental consultant and saw the ramifications of industrial pollution.
During my career, I have worked in health and safety, risk management, and higher education. In 2019, the community college where I worked wanted to begin a cannabis program. I was fortunate to collaborate with amazing people from around the college, community, and country to build the foundation that is now the Urban Agriculture Department. They are the first community college in Illinois to have an associate degree in cannabis studies, an on-site greenhouse, and funding to provide scholarships to those who need it most. I met so many entrepreneurs through the process and kept hearing a reoccurring theme. The lack of access to capital and compliance requirements was crippling their success in an industry that made some people millions and put others in jail. Connecting the dots is what I do best, and since the mother plant has been with us for 6 millennia, I had to tribute the name of the company to her. I wanted to find funding for these businesses just as I had found funding for the college, and that led me to the path of identifying the ESG, asset under management market. There was money, a lot of money, earmarked specifically for organizations with a purpose and intention to do business better. And that is how Ancient Mother was formed. We are a fintech tool that looks at a company's highest costs and compares them to environmental, social, and governance ESG criteria. The result is an impact awareness roadmap and a gamified platform to quantify progress and connect with purpose-driven investors. Interest in doing business differently has never been higher. In a recent survey by PwC Global called Beyond Compliance, 86% of people want to work for purpose-driven companies. 83% of participants want companies to lead those efforts, and 76% of consumers said they would switch brands based on ESG criteria. Our vision and hypothesis are that companies who incorporate ESG into their business practices will be profitable and will increase access and transparency around impact investing. This is about reducing risk, getting ahead of upcoming regulations, profit optimization, and harmony between the company, the community, and shareholders. What's really exciting about ESG is that it can be applied to any industry. While we are starting in the cannabis vertical, the opportunity to provide companies and investors with this type of access is extremely scalable to other industries. In fact, we have already identified a variety of different businesses that have purpose-driven missions and want to participate. Our go-to-market plan in the next 3 years look like growing our proof of concept, bringing on companies and investors, launching a full product, scaling to different industries, and capturing a 0.001% piece of the $50 trillion pie. We also will raise funds, hire staff, and meet milestones to continue growth at a rapid pace. So how are we going to do this? With awareness. The first step to risk management is becoming aware and then moving forward with intentionality. With Ancient Mother, a company will develop its personalized impact awareness roadmap through integrations with multiple global standards and their own internal financials. Then the fun really begins. Using the oldest board game in the world, Senate, companies will have 5 game pieces that represent different criteria. Through integration with the financial system, we can identify the highest material costs and develop a roadmap to create efficiencies, optimize operations, and attract a conscious consumer. We have the shell of the customized game developed, copyright pending. The game pieces move forward on the board based on financial and qualitative inputs and participation from the company. For example, the Paper Tube Co. shows environmental stewardship by using recyclable containers, business optimization, and staying compliant with different regulations. Once a piece reaches the House of Life spot, it can be assured that its ESG claims are auditable and verifiable. Asset managers will also have a game board, and when they reach the House of Life, they would be introduced to the companies on the platform. Our financial model will include a SaaS aspect where companies will pay a nominal fee to be on the platform and will only incur further costs if agreed upon milestones are not met. Think of a health improvement program. Our revenue generating customers are the asset funds. Investments brokered through the platform will incur a percentage fee in due diligence for Ancient Mother. Cannabis has been around for 6,000 years, and yet the timing for ESG, technology, cannabis, and impact investing is right now. We believe cannabis is the ultimate ESG commodity, and because of the emerging market, we can help businesses at the beginning. So why us? Candace, Carrie, and I have worked together and separately for several years in the cannabis space, advocating for education, access, and opportunities for all in the industry. With our unique backgrounds in compliance, technology, and finance, we are able to connect the dots and show ESG in a way investors understand financially. So please check out our website, take the quiz, and sign up for our updates. We are actively seeking pre-seed funding, strategic partners, and user feedback for our MVP. Thank you, and looking forward to creating an impact with you.
Bravo. Let's hear it for Amanda. That was incredible. Great job, Amanda. Can't wait to see where you go from here. Next, I would like to introduce Sandy Perney and Brandy Jaworski, co-founders of Dank Logo.
Hi, everyone. Amanda, excellent job. Definitely coming up behind you on that one, so good job on that. And excited to share with you all what we've been working on. So, hi, thanks for the opportunity to share with you what we've been working on at Dank Local. Since 2012, 19 US states have legalized the use of cannabis for adult consumption. It's no secret, purchasing and selling cannabis still has many challenges for both consumers and businesses that support the industry today. You can see some of those challenges here, but the one I'm going to focus on is the consumer purchasing experience. Personally familiar with the legacy market, I expected my first dispensary experience to be a liberating one. Instead, it was confusing and intimidating, and I left unsure if I even knew how to purchase cannabis. Can you relate to this? Thinking through the consumer side challenges, I was reminded of a makeup subscription I have. I'm able to discover new products and services that I still purchase and use today. The subscription was curated based on my preferences and other factors that I identified at setup. Now, what if we could bring this experience and convenience to cannabis and make it accessible for all consumers? Hi, I'm Brandy Jaworski, founder of Dank Local. My co-founder, Sandy Perney, and I, we're on a mission to do just that. Sandy brings a business background with dope skills in developing SOPs, scalable workflows, and lean operation techniques that will be crucial as we grow. And I bring an educational background in digital design with experience in marketing strategy and e-commerce. Collectively, we both are experienced in the legacy market and deeply understand the customer. So, how does the business model work? Dispensaries and brands create a vendor account and list subscriptions. Those subscriptions get listed on Dank Local's marketplace. Consumers can then search subscriptions by zip code, similar to a Groupon, to find the subscriptions offered near them. Then sign up for all their favorites for pickup or delivery, based on state regulations, of course. And it's really that simple. So, what makes us different than our competitors? It's not a new idea, but it is a new model. When you look at the companies already providing subscription services, they all have a few things in common. They're curating and delivering the products under a license they hold. Due to industry regulations, they're restricted by geographic locations, licensing, and fulfillment in the areas they serve. Scaling would be difficult logistically and costly for both licensing and facility operations. Dank Local, on the other hand, leverages partnerships and easy-to-use subscription software that integrates with the technology dispensers and brands already use to bring subscription services to their customers. Now, when looking at the e-commerce landscape, there are a few areas we felt other platforms are getting it right. And in creating Dank Local's model, we'll be leaning into a unique mix of these when building our community and brand, bringing together benefits like education, subscriptions, local community, and ease of use all in one simple platform. So, Sandy, tell them how big this opportunity is.
The market is growing. It is estimated that the cannabis subscription market will be $2 billion by 2026, and the global e-commerce market will be about $904 billion. Let's face it, consumers like the convenience of subscriptions like pet food delivery, makeup subscriptions, and meal delivery kits. The cannabis market is huge. Last year alone, Arizona did $1.9 billion in sales, and it is estimated that by 2030, there will be 6.4 billion cannabis consumers. By 2023, we want to be in the Arizona area. By 2024, we want to be in 8 more states. By 2025, we want to be in 9 more adult consumption states. And then by 2026 and 2027, we want to enter into the medical market. As we scale, there's more revenue potential, like marketplace ads on our website, custom packaging, sourcing, and product review data. Growth. Our numbers are based off of less than 0.25% of our beta market, so that's the Arizona area. These numbers start at $217,000 our first year to $4.4 million by our third year. So to do this, we need a technologist to lead the development of our platform and capital to fund our MVP and team expansion. We are also currently looking for pilot partners in the Arizona area. So thank you for letting us share what we are building with you. If you have any questions, we'd love to answer them.
Let's hear it for Brandy and Sandy, everybody.
Go Sandy, go Dank Local.
That was incredible. I love the work they're doing. You should definitely hop into the breakout rooms with all of our founders. Next up, last but not least, our amazing duo, Kurt Kirtland and Dre Morris, co-founders of Nuvei.
All right, I'm gonna bring us home, y'all. So as a former English teacher, I have a critical eye that often goes, I can do better. And that's what I think every time when I see what we call cannabis education. And pairing that with my own experiences with learning in the industry, I've come to the conclusion we can do cannabis education better, which is why we're making a new way with Nuvei, where we help people to find their roots and bloom. We create original cannabis content and educational experiences to engage consumers while giving them the control to self-direct their own learning. And CannaLearn VR is how we bring cannabis education into the virtual environment. Through research, we identified that consumers lack basic understandings around cannabis. And it's not because they don't want to learn, it's because they don't know where to look, it's expensive, and the content is pretty much the same. And because most current cannabis education is conflated with compliance and product branding, it's difficult for consumers to make informed choices if they want to incorporate cannabis into their life. So what's our solution? To curate learning within a virtual environment. Research has shown that immersive learning using virtual technologies boosts knowledge retention, increases learning engagement, and allows consumers to visualize and gain tangible access to the cannabis plant in a way they cannot do at a college, a training facility, or even at a dispensary. So please don't get overwhelmed by my teaching, but this is just a mere overview of our CannaLearn VR library to illustrate the comprehensiveness of our vision. We perform deep research dives and play at the intersections of cannabis, literature, policy, trends, and science to build our curriculum. And our content consists of digital blogs, VR 360 videos, and VR simulations. The learning topics are built along structured pathways to build upon acquired skills and knowledge of previous activities in our learning ecosystem. and we building VR. So I got bored for about 4 months and decided to create this CannaLearn prototype with Unity Game Engine to show someone how to trim cannabis in virtual reality. It's proof that learning experiences can be created in VR, but I think more importantly, it allows the person the autonomy to actively learn in real time, illustrating how we can immerse ourselves into our learning and education using virtual technology.
Okay, I got it from here, Kurt. So at the intersections of cannabis, extended reality, and e-learning, there is significant opportunity for cannabis-specific immersive training. However, we are looking specifically at the Illinois cannabis education market only. Considering most of the educational market focuses on either compliance or product branding, we have the opportunity to take the edutainment path of creating cannabis content. As such, we believe that we can secure 5% of that market. Our direct competitors are well-known e-learning and professional development providers that hold majority of the cannabis education market in Illinois. Two of our competitors' current educational offerings focus primarily on state compliance and foundational cannabis knowledge, whereas Leafly, who has the most robust cannabis content, is poorly curated for easy consumer access. This makes us well positioned to fulfill an educational need that's sought by both consumers and early cannabis professionals. So at this stage in our business, our best course of action would be to provide a subscription service direct to consumer that offers 3 tiers of educational access: digital, VR 360, and fully immersive. As the rate of headset adoption continues to grow year to year, so will the demand for more accessible and immersive learning experiences. So y'all met Kurt. She's the beautiful founder, the CEO, and an instructional designer who really just wants to make cannabis education more accessible to the everyday human and fun. And then there's me. I'm Dre. I'm the co-founder and chief branding officer. I'm a cannabis events coordinator as well as a marketing strategist. And we just recently partnered with Scott Lynch of Voyeur, who will lead the virtual production of our CannaLearn VR MVP. Collectively, we bring over decades of experience to the cannabis XR education space. We've already gained traction with our problem validation. Consumers, operators, as well as some of our competitors know that we have a great idea. We're continuing our market validation to further develop our target audience for our front end offer for CannaLearn VR while we segue into building out our MVP. So what do we want, right? Why are we here? We're asking for an advisor. We're also asking for $150,000 for talent marketing and development of our MVP. Nuvei is all of our full-time jobs, and we're at the point where we need people to round out our team to match the energy to move us forward and illustrate the true value of VR education to our customers. And we want to thank everybody for your time. If funding isn't the path right now, it's all good. Don't trip. We know money isn't everything. You can check out our socials at The CannaLearner, or you can check us out on YouTube at our CannaLearn channel on YouTube as well. We're always looking for ways to collaborate with others so that way we can reach the clouds together.
Yes, way to go, everybody. You guys crushed it. Now, I hope that you guys enjoyed. Did you get to see all the comments in the chat? Like, everyone is supporting your idea, and we appreciate you taking the time to present to everyone tonight. So thank you for that. Now, I would like to invite you to check out your breakout room menu. At the bottom of your screen, you should see breakout as an option. You will have about 15 minutes to join any or all 3 of the startups and ask your questions. If you need assistance, please let us know. We have the CannaTech team ready to help. Enjoy, guys. Let's go mingle.